All right, sleep trouble. Sleep trouble. All right. Hey, Bill, I just started traveling for work and getting a good night's sleep is brutal. Yes, it is. I'm not trying Ambien or increasing my alcohol intake. How do you deal with all the travel? Alcohol. Do you use one of those stupid neck pillows? Nope. Hotel beds aren't bad. If I do sleep well, I end up waking up feeling comatose, which leads me to being more tired because those beds are huge and soft and I don't want to get out of bed. You're also making up for the sleep that you didn't get on other nights, which you can't really do. You know, there's that weird thing that if, like, say, you know, you got 6 hours one night and then 10 hours the next night, so you got, you know, it averages out to 8 hours. It still doesn't work that way for some reason. You can't retroactively, like, when you miss out on whatever it is you need. Some people only need 6, some people just need 4, but if you need, like, whatever the fuck you need, I'm saying if you come up short, you can't just sleep extra one day and then even it off. It usually takes like a week. Like I've been fucking sleeping this whole week, falling asleep like an old person. So, but anyways, let me continue. And I don't want to get out of the bed. It hasn't happened yet, but I can see it slowly turning me into a grouchy asshole. How do you do it? Were you a cheery fellow before hitting the road? Thanks for the free laughs. How do I do it? I'm German-Irish. That's how I do it. We're not in touch with our feelings, so even if I am tired, I'm just naturally trained to block it out, and I just get up and I go. But however, every once in a while, when I do make a conscious effort to think about slowing down and relaxing and not having something to achieve every fucking day, be it picking up dry cleaning or writing a new joke, I suddenly become aware of how tired I am. So what I would do is not use any of the drugs, and I also wouldn't fuck with alcohol. I wouldn't do that either. What I would do is work out in the morning and then go to your job, whatever it is that you do, and then at night, because you were working all day and you worked out, you'll actually go to sleep. If you just get into the good habits out there, it's not that bad. But I don't know. Biggest thing that I found is food. Food is difficult. And if you're doing like a bunch of one-nighters, if you're like a traveling salesman kind of fucking thing, selling your widgets or whatever, that's when it gets hard because you spend your day traveling and then you arrive at the hotel. You're fucking hungry, but you got to go to your gig. So you usually end up, you know, you're like, hey, do you guys have anything healthy? Like, we got an Applebee's. Oh, yeah? Do they deliver? They sure don't. They sure don't. Nodding yes. They sure don't. You should shake your head no. Can I get what I need? You sure can't. Not in this town. So then they always have like fucking menus, and they're always going to give you some Chinese food, which is going to be unfucking believable or absolutely horrific, depending on, it has nothing to do with where you're at. Every fucking town in the United States has Chinese food, I believe. And every town has a Chinese family that moved there, right? For the most part, or at least within 2 towns. There's a Chinese family that moved there, and they will make that fucking food. Now, whether or not they're people from China that know how to cook, that's the fucking rub. You know, if you've ever noticed that? I've been in the middle of fucking Kansas, and I got some of the best sushi I've ever had. Japanese family, middle of fucking Kansas. It's like, how did you end up out here? This is unbelievable. Most of the white people I know didn't end up out here. How did you, from Japan, end up in Olathe, fucking Kansas? My wife recently diagnosed me with having fucking ADD. She's told me forever that I have ADD, and I never bought into it. And she finally went to the website, and she read all the things, dude. And it was just like they might as well just had a picture of me sitting there, not listening to somebody, focusing on some ant walking across the table before looking at something else. Do you have that problem?
I think a lot of myself and a lot of my comedian friends have that. Yeah, I think it's...
And do you think that that's why we think in bits rather than scripts?
I think it's because I think our minds constantly are going. You know, our minds are constantly going, whether it's trying to be creative, whether it's thinking of this, whether it's being upset. We can't concentrate.
What
I
I
wasn't
say,
a good student.
What
I
I
don't know
would
if you were a
say
good student, but I
is
wasn't a
that
good student because of
we're
that.
no different than anybody else who's scatterbrained. We're just funny scatterbrained.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Because they always
I
try
agree
to
with that.
attribute, like they had something recently where they tried to say that, they did, some study, nobody knows who the fuck did it, was trying to say that, they interviewed all these comedians, for this study to figure out what makes comedians funny. Now, immediately, I'm thinking any comedian worth anything is not going to be participating in that fucking thing. Or if they're new and they're struggling, they'll participate and they're going to give bullshit answers just to make their friend laugh and themselves laugh.
Right.
So they came up with this whole thing that, comedians are all sociopaths or some fucking...
Oh, I saw it. I didn't like it. That's ridiculous.
It is, because I'm not saying there aren't comedians who are sociopaths, but there's firemen, there's mothers, there's all kinds of people that are... There's leaders of the world who are sociopaths. It just... What it is I think it's people who aren't funny. Only somebody who's not funny would try to figure out why the fuck something's funny.
Absolutely.
Like, I wouldn't even know. Like, when you were talking about that guy at the Yankee game who kept yelling out, they had this commercial where it was a bunch of Yankee fans, you were saying, that had spelt out Yankees across their chest.
And they were wrong.
Yeah, and they were hammered or whatever, right? Or they just were wrong?
They were just not organized where it said Yankee, so it said Ansky.
Ansky. So this guy at the game, anytime there was a lull in the game,
out of nowhere.
What would he do?
There would be a lull in the game, and he would go, hey, what the hell is Ansky? And everybody would just start laughing.
Yeah, and he knew when to do it.
Yes.
Like that guy, now that guy was not a comedian, but he had that comic timing when there was a lull in the game.
Yeah, he knew.
It wasn't important.
Yeah.
Time in the game. He knew probably if there was a TV timeout.
Yep.
And he wanted to keep the excitement going and people's focus. Like that, it's like when I look at people who can like just fucking play an instrument unbelievably, play it by ear. That's obviously just a hobby for me. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for people who could do that shit. But like they could never just break down. Would you just sit there and be like, now what makes this guy be able to play the guitar like that? It's just like they're good at it.
It's an envious nerd who can't do it. That's what it is. It's somebody who maybe they wish they could do comedy. But the fact that somebody would do a study saying comedians are all sociopaths, that person never picked up a microphone once in their life. And maybe they had an issue with a comedian.
No, I'm not saying that I'm not a sociopath. But you're a family man. You got 2 kids.
Listen.
You seem all right.
Listen.
Are you a psycho, Paul?
Comedians might be narcissistic. Sociopath. I looked up the definition of sociopath. Okay, there's like 11 things or something like that you could have.
Dude, let's look this up.
Go it up right now.
Look this up.
One thing I know for a fact: antisocial parents is one of them. Okay, parents but I mean antisocial. The world's out to get you. No, we're not going over there. They think this of us. We're not going over there.
All right, check 1 for me.
What? Okay.
My parents were like that. Hey, can I go on this field trip? No, Christ, I had a patient in the other day. He went on a field trip and he fell off the bus. He's gone. He's gone. There's nothing you can do about it. That was one of my first jokes I did in my act. Whatever you wanted to do, my dad had a patient in the other day, and the kid died from it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he didn't want to drive us over to do it.
No, my dad would do
Now I look at it, it's fucking hilarious. I wouldn't do it either with one kid. Forget about having fucking all the ones he had. Hang on a second. How to spot a sociopath. Sorry with the bad mic here. Sociopath traits. Which I misspelled. Spelled trats. How to identify a sociopath. Telling signs and behavior. Oh, what the fuck? Why won't this work? Come on, man.
My dad used to say people that when he disagreed with that they were crazy.
There we go.
Oh, they're crazy. They're crazy.
He's a sociopath. All right, here we go. What is a sociopath who gives a fuck? Common traits. All right, the common characteristics and personality traits of sociopaths are based on the criteria used by clinicians who use the DSM. What the don't they realize morons want to read this? I don't give a shit. Just make a list.
Yeah, there should be just a list there.
They should. Dumb it down, right? One of the most common personality characteristics of sociopath is their grandiose sense of self-entitlement. Now, I don't have that.
No.
I go the other way. Sociopaths also often display a lack of remorse.
Yep.
And most have a very manipulative personality covered by superficial charm. Jesus, I know a couple of those.
Dude, I
know
do
a couple
too.
of these guys.
Me too.
All right, now wait a minute. So I'm not.
No, dude, you're a narcissist who has ADD.
Yeah. I would be that. Yeah, I would go with that. I would totally go with that.
Yeah, dude, that's hitman shit. That's hitman.
I don't have a sense of self-entitlement.
No, dude, a hitman blows someone's brains out and goes eat a sandwich. That's a sociopath.
Yeah, he gets mad that he got blood on his shirt, right?
Yeah, that was that thing in Goodfellas when he was, I'm sorry about your floor. That's it. That's right. What it is.
I didn't want to get blood on the floor.
Kind of fucked up people are they?
All right, friendships and romantic partners are often frequently disregarded and replaced when the relationship no longer suits their self-centered needs. The emotions of a sociopath. No, but even like the guy I was just thinking about being a sociopath. He doesn't have that. Well, I guess, can you have like most of it and then be a sociopath? What do you think there, Dr. Verzi? Not Dr. Verzi? Being talked to by not Dr. Burr?
No, I think, what's it called? I think that it's the remorse thing, and I definitely think it's the first thing you said, the sense of entitlement. Like
this is the cool one here. Look at this one. Jesus Christ. Cool like in like a reptilian, scary way. The emotions of a sociopath may appear to be sincere on the surface, cleverly disguised by superficial charm and feigned interest. Jesus Christ, that was me in every classroom I ever was in. Sitting there acting like you were interested so they wouldn't fucking call on you. Many sociopaths use manipulative measures to draw others to them. Chronic lying is a characteristic of nearly all sociopaths. Recklessness and aggressive behaviors are other characteristics, as well as impulsivity. A lack of remorse, you already said that, or what is generally termed conscience, is typical for sociopaths. This guy's repeating himself. The combination of at least 3 of the common sociopath characteristics paints a pretty good description of the common sociopath. I don't know. I actually lost interest halfway fucking through that. All right. It's ADD. It wasn't even trying to be funny. That came out of my mouth, and I realized I just did that again.
Well, no. Why don't you look up a narcissist? See the difference. Because narcissist is a selfishness, but it's almost like a good guy selfishness.
Yeah, but dude, I'm a Gemini, so I have I can be really like. I mean, I think
my son's a Gemini. Lucas is a
Gemini.
Gemini.
But I think I'm mainly a narcissist. But then I can be like really considerate and generous.
Dude, Lucas, my son Lucas is a Gemini. He's got. When you look at what a Gemini's traits are, dude, he's every one of them.
Oh, Jesus Christ! When are you taking out the crystal ball? All right, hang on a second. I love how I brought up fucking...
What do you mean crystal ball?
I love how I brought up Geminis, and then you start talking about signs, and then I act like you brought it up.
Oh.
All right, here. How do you spell narcissist? Come on, Paul. Let's show how dumb we are. N-A-R, narcissism.
I would say N-A-R, maybe what? C-A, maybe?
I would have gone with that if the right spelling didn't come up. Narcissistic...
Traits. Or
let's go with behaviors.
Narcissistic behaviors.
All right.
Because narcissists have remorse.
Do they?
Yeah, I think so. They feel bad. They suck.
Oh, here we go. I found one that's dumbed down. 30 red flags of being a narcissist. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. You feel on edge around this person, but you still want them to like you. What is this? Wait, I gotta figure what the fuck. Who is you in this? So what's the difference about this list? Well, for one, it's specifically about relationship, but it's also about you. Each point requires introspection and self-awareness, because if you want to spot toxic people, you cannot focus entirely on their behavior. That's only half the battle. Oh, that's pretty cool. You must also come to recognize the looming red flags in your own heart. All right, so this is saying if you're in a relationship with a narcissist.
Yeah, they don't have a list? They don't just have
Paul, I'm trying to make it easy
No,
here.
I thought they said 30 lists, like 30 things. Nothing?
Well, maybe we can actually use our brains and just figure this out here. Okay, you feel on edge around this person, but you still want them to like you. 2, uses sex as a tool for control. Creepo.
That's sick.
Plasters your Facebook page with compliments, flattery, songs, and poems. They text you dozens, if not hundreds of times per day. You come to rely on this over-communication as a source of confidence.
Wow.
Oh, so they give it to you, then they take it away. You're not texting me 400 times a day. Did I do something wrong?
Oh, then I'm
Is that what they're doing?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not that.
No.
I can't spell enough words to text more than 30 times a day. All right. Quickly declares you their soulmate. I don't do that. Compares you to everyone else in their life. You're just like my mother. Lies. You remind me of my Uncle Petey. Lies and excuses. Lies and excuses.
That's everybody.
No startle response. You know what the fuck? Can you just have a one for dumb people? All right, here we go. Red flag, narcissistic behaviors. Jesus Christ, look at the bitch's fucking picture on this.
Holy shit.
Is this about her or is she going to tell me? Okay. Extreme infatuation with oneself, self-centered, expects to be recognized as superior.
All right, now you're getting now you're getting warmer.
Is that you?
Now you're getting warmer. No, I don't want to be superior. I mean, you know.
Extreme infatuation with oneself, self-centered, expects to be recognized. And just picture somebody combing their mane in the mirror. Is preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited power, success, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. Sees himself as special. Dude, this is fucking hilarious. And should only have to affiliate.
Oh, shit. This is funny.
This is a good one. This is a great one. Sees himself as special and should only have to affiliate with others of the similar stature. Tell you, I should be friends with that Obama. I can't believe he hasn't called me yet.
That's fucking funny, man.
Takes advantage of others. Takes advantage of others to achieve his needs. Demonstrates. That's an ugly one. The other ones are funny. That's just.
What's the ugly one? What's the one?
Takes advantage of others to achieve his needs. I don't like that one.
No.
That other shit, just staring in the mirror, thinking you're the shit.
Just thinking you should be friends with everybody like who's big.
Demonstrates a constant need for admiration or approval. You know, my dad he'd be upstairs shaving.
Yeah.
And it was sort of a joke, but he wasn't joking, but he was. It was funny.
Yeah.
We'd be downstairs eating breakfast or something, be up there getting ready for work, and he'd be shaving in the mirror. And then when he finished, you just hear him, he'd be like, "Good-looking son of a bitch." And my mother would always laugh and shake her head. But I think that's more, she just liked a confident guy or something like that. So
I think that sounds kind of like a joke, like a half
that's
joke.
a joke.
Yeah, he's playing.
But he's saying it out loud. But I do that. Makes me laugh all the time. I'll do it. I'll do that.
That's great.
I'll just be like, God damn it, I'm a good-looking guy. I'll just do shit like that.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, shut up, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Now, everybody's going to text me what a fucking ugly bastard I am. Like I don't know that already. Fuck yourselves. Demonstrates a constant need for admiration or approval. Exaggerates personal achievements while minimizing those of others. That's fucking hilarious. I want to be around this guy. I'll tell you, it was great. It's great the way you came up with the game plan. But
I was just gonna say
the way I was cheering in the crowd. I got this chant going. And I tell you, I could see it in Tom Brady's face. He knew. Yeah. He knew by what I was doing in the crowd that.
Yeah. And then he tries to knock the other guy's chant.
He called an audible, which I wouldn't have done. I would have stuck with the play.
And then but then it says he diminishes the other guy.
That's
the
great.
Other guy's chant was all right, but I got more of them going.
Yeah. And that guy came up to me at the end of the game
and
was
he
just
said,
like,
"You were great."
I don't usually say this, but you were amazing.
Keep going. This list is great.
You know why this is because this reminds me of so many guys I used to hang out with and gamble with and all that type of shit. Like all these guys, like this is a brutal. If you're a narcissist and you walk into a fucking casino, it's fucking brutal because you're going to walk in thinking you're James Bond and you have this system and you're going to take the whole fucking house down.
Yeah, I got to tell you, there's nothing funnier than that one that you read that said that they think they're superior, so they should only be hanging out with people that are superior. That is so fucking funny.
Fucking hilarious, yeah. All right, is convinced that he/she is unique.
Yeah.
I like how that just suggests, that just takes it. We're all special. This website's like, no, you're not. Feels entitled to special treatment and that rules frequently don't apply to him. I don't have the first half, but I have the second half.
Oh, yeah.
I have problems with authority. I definitely do. I told you that story, right? Where I didn't. I told you that fucking story.
Great.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get caught either.
That's great.
My proposed love and marriage within only a few weeks. May propose love and marriage within only a few weeks of starting a relationship. That definitely wasn't me. Very charismatic or charming at first, but can quickly switch from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde. This fucking lady, these are all just the same thing over and over again. Oh, wait. Panics, cries, begs, and becomes emotional if he anticipates an end to a relationship.
That's not me.
I swear to God, I'll pay attention to you more.
I was wrong.
What do you want me to
I
do?
love you. I was wrong.
May harass or stalk you if you do break up. Oh, because he wants to be the one who breaks up, or she. Quick to anger or feel insulted or slighted. Rages with anger or inflicts the silent treatment when upset. Ding, 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 ding. I got that. Quick to anger. I got that. I wouldn't stalk somebody. Denies he/she has issues to work on. That's fucking. Sees himself, herself as nearly perfect. I fucking love this guy. What are you talking about? What are you talking?
That's so funny.
Maybe you ought to work on yourself. Adapt around me. Drives recklessly and way too fast. Exaggerates the truth or blatantly lies. Dude, I want to be around this guy and just listen to him tell stories. This is the funniest shit. Rarely treats anyone with respect or kindness. Doesn't acknowledge or respect others' boundaries. Always wants to be in control. May drink and drive regularly. Yeah, because he doesn't give a fuck about other people. His/her need for attention, time, and space matter. His need for attention, time, and space matter. Your needs do not. Let me just read one more of these before this gets boring. Uses sex as a weapon through withholding, controlling, or being overly demanding. I said, suck it. It's the best dick ever. Doesn't appear to have a conscience, does not take criticism well, and becomes easily defensive, is easily hurt and insulted. Jesus Christ. That was a fucking hilarious list.
Really funny.
Yeah, that is funny though, huh? Sees himself as fucking superior and should only be hanging around superior beings.
I'm the only one who thinks this shit? All right. I don't know. No, I love all that stuff. I like when, people fall out of the upper deck, when athletes punch people in the stands. I mean, that's just like what's entertainment for me now, I like that Jimmy the Greek moment that happens in sports, Like once every 4 or 5 years, that like some 50, 55-year-old white dude tries to explain why black people are kicking the shit out of white people in practically every major sport, And it always goes down the same way, right? There's always like 3 white dudes, and the one white dude in the middle, he's always like the guy with like the theory. He's always like, it seems these African-American athletes, they seem to have this quick twitch muscle fiber. There's a slow twitch, and there's this quick twitch. And the second the dude says that, like the other 2 white dudes start like sliding out of frame, like, okay, this guy's getting fired, and I'm not going to be part of this highlight. Nice knowing you, Ned. Keep that seat warm, right? And the dude in the middle, he's just like hell-bent on getting fired. He starts like bringing up slavery. And evidently they were breeding the strongest man with the strongest woman and that quick twitch. And literally 20 minutes later, that dude's on TV. He's like fired, right?
He's crying. His family's standing there. He's got like a box of shit from his desk with like an Emmy sticking out. He's like, I don't know what I said. I was just talking about the quick twitch and the slow twitch. And I wasn't just trying to make a point. No, I love that. I love seeing people mess up their careers like that. It's just funny to me. Plus, I gotta admit, as a white dude, on some level, I have to believe in that theory, because it's like, are white dudes that bad at basketball? I can't even watch the NBA anymore, man. It's like every highlight, the white dude's like that, the black dude has like his nuts in his face, fucking blah! I'm just sitting at home like, for the love of God, tackle the guy. Jesus Christ, get out of the way. Do you ever get tired of those two nuts flying over your head? You know you're gonna be on SportsCenter. Just get out of the way. Dude, I'm telling you, there's gotta be something to that theory. I saw this show one time on runaway slaves. It was one of the most amazing programs I've ever seen in my life. Dude, when you ran away as a slave, you just didn't run to the end of the driveway and be like, fuck that job. Just start walking down the street. Dude, you had to like run through whole states. There's dogs chasing you, you're hurdling shit, you're swimming. Those were the first fucking triathletes. And there was nobody helping them out. There was no dude on the side of the road like, come on, man, 2 more states, you're in Ohio. Suck it up, you're looking good, looking good. Yeah, dude, you were on your own. Is it any wonder? 250, 300 years of that shit, and then I'm gonna D you up in gym class? It ain't happening. I come from hundreds of years of alcoholics. I got like half a liver, you know what I mean? It's just... You know what's funny to me about that stuff? You can't even like, you know, I obviously know that theory's crazy, but it's just like, you can't even bring up how well black people are doing in sports. Everybody gets all weird about it, which I don't understand, because it's like a compliment, you know? Like, feel how weird it is right now. You know, I just brought that shit up all of a sudden. I'm saying something good, right? It's like I saw a coach get in trouble for that shit. Like, his team was like 0-6 or something. They just couldn't win, and every week the press was just getting on him more and more and more, right? And the dude, he was just like flustered, and he had like a moment of honesty. They were like, why can't you guys win a game? He's like, oh, you know, I don't know, the offense isn't getting it done, you know, defense, you know, they're too slow, and it just run out. Tell me, we gotta get some more black guys on this team, but I'm telling you, it's just not. And immediately, everybody's like, what? Everyone started freaking out like they had no idea what this dude was talking about. It's like, are you watching SportsCenter? Or do you see the Olympics? Like, I love the 100-meter dash, right? There's always like 9 black dudes and that one token white guy in like lane 8. And I'm just sitting there going, come on, man, one time. Just one time, just win the bronze, just do what you gotta do. And the white dude always stays with him till like the first turn, then he like fucking blows out his hammy. Those other 8 black dudes are like... Where's that white dude the next Olympics? He's like up in the broadcast booth, his career's over. He's like a commentator. Yeah, it's gonna be a great race. Still can't feel my fucking toes, but I'm telling you. No, I don't get it. It's like a compliment. We're saying you're fast. That's a good thing, right? People start all freaking out. Oh, you're acting like that's all we can do. You're saying we can't be scientists. No, we're not. All we're saying is if there was a race to the microscopes, you fuckers would win. We're just saying that you're fast. You get there first. Your lab coat would be flapping in the wind. I'd get there like 3 minutes later, all cramped up. What are you looking at, bacteria? No, you go first. You just go first. Jesus Christ. It was a Volvo. The guy ran by a Volvo in street shoes. I've never seen that before in my life. No, I get into those arguments all the time. All the time. Friends of mine will be like, well, how come anytime a black athlete does something, they say it's an athletic move? Anytime a white athlete does it, they say it's an intelligent move. And it's like, well, fair enough, man. It just depends on what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, if you read a defense, white or black, that's an intelligent move, right? But if you take off from the foul line, jump over 9 other dudes, and throw the shit down, those other 9 guys aren't standing there like, fuck, why didn't I think of that shit? Here I am dribbling around, guys. I think that's some superhero shit. Shit, like a cake flapping in the wind with a big S on your chest. I'm telling you, man, that's the funny thing about Hitler. Just let me finish. Let me work my way through this idea. No, that's my favorite sports clip is that Jesse Owens shit. I just love it because Their whole angle was fucked up. He made Hitler leave in like the third quarter, right? He's putting down his number one finger, just fucking walking out of the stadium. Jesus Christ. Their whole thing was like, we are going to create a superior race. It's like, dude, I think we accidentally already did that. Now we send a select group of people to the gym every day for a couple hundred years. It's paying dividends. They're fucking dunking on us every day. Dude, how quiet was that limo ride home with Hitler? You know what I'm saying? You know he was talking crazy shit when they were on the way there. They were all amped up. We are going to dominate, Sieg Heil, just going off. That whole ride home, they're just sitting there all quiet. You're sitting next to an even angrier than usual Adolf Hitler, trying to make some sort of small talk, like, hey, it is one nice day, isn't it? You know, nice, good.
I realize that I'm at the awful age of, it's basically anytime there's going to be a fist fight, I have these two options. A, I lose and get the shit kicked out of me, which really, you know, there's no end to that. Shit kicked out of you could be, I got a black eye, I lost a tufa, you know, or it could be I'm in a coma and, you know, the left side of my body doesn't work anymore. You know what I mean? You never know, because you never know who you're fucking with, right? So that's option A. And option B is I win and then I get the shit suit out of me. Okay. I'm so fucking still pissed about this. I have to give you the abbreviated version of this because it's been eating me up inside. I was waiting for my girlfriend to come out of this diner. It's one of these places, there's only one way in and one way out, all right? So there's a parking spot way down, which is actually closer to the fucking diner, and this douchebag is sitting there because he sees my reverse lights on. So I'm waving at him to tell him to go by me so I can just back out of the fucking lot. And he's just sitting there. He wouldn't do it. So finally, I pull out real fast. It's like a gravel parking lot. Slam on the brakes, slide backwards, and then fly forward, slam on the brakes. So he pulls in, obviously knows I'm pissed, and I back up, and I put the window down. I'm like, dude, there's a fucking spot right up there. And then he immediately goes, oh, you're so tough with your hybrid. And he really caught me off guard, man. He got me with a great one. He went with the hybrid. My dick is bigger than yours because he's driving a fucking lime green four-door sedan that he looked like he borrowed from his fucking aunt, right? Oh, this guy, this fucking, you know what this guy looked like? Remember those coming-of-age movies in the 80s where there was the good-looking chick that the nerd wanted and she was dating this impossible asshole like that blonde-haired douche from Back to School who gets all intimidated in the end and fakes a leg injury after fucking a 90-year-old Rodney Dangerfield does a triple Lindy? That's what this kid looked like. All right, and he's going fucking blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, with your fucking tight shirt and your big nose, go fuck yourself. And he's like, and then he goes, go back to Jersey, you piece of shit. That's what he said to me, right? And I wanted to go like, dude, I'm not from New Jersey. But my girl jumped in and said something fucking, that a civilian would say rather than a comedian. So I actually started losing the argument a little bit. So then he turns around, and then I was just like, where you going? Where you going? Like I was actually going to fight him. Because I was so fucking mad. But in the back of my head, the whole fucking time, I'm thinking like, dude, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to this guy? When was the last time you had a fight? You're fucking 41. You're a year older than Brett Favre. What are you going to do? It's not even on level ground. It's in a gravel fucking parking lot. You know what I mean? I knew I could have, I swear to God, I know I could have fucking killed this guy. But I can't do it. I already, you know what would have happened? I would have fucking started fighting him. Even if I started winning, his girlfriend would have jumped on my back. And then if you do any sort of get off my back with the woman, I'm going to jail. It was this fucking stalemate. There was nothing I could fucking do. And then I'm driving home. And all I'm thinking about is how much I want to fucking kill this guy. And it got to the point I literally dropped my girl off and I drove back to the diner. And his fucking car was still there. And I'm circling the diner in a hybrid. Waiting for this guy to come out, thinking about what I'm going to do to him. And then also reminding myself that I have not had a fight in about 20 fucking years. Okay? And then also reminding myself legally the ramifications for leaving and then fucking coming back. I am in no danger whatsoever, and I am going to get the living shit suit out of me. So fortunately, a friend of mine happened to call up, and I started telling her the story, and she was laughing her ass off. And she told the story of how some girl didn't hold the door. You know, it's one of those really heavy doors, and it sort of slammed back in her face. And she said, "Thank you," you know, sarcastically to her. And then the girl goes, "What? I don't have to hold the door for you. Go fuck yourself." And how she just wanted to stick her Timberland through the back of this fucking chick's back, I guess. Look at me. I'm so fucking mad I can't even say simple anatomy. So I don't know. I was able to just kind of talk myself out of it. And the real thing was I didn't want to go back and fight the guy. I really didn't. You know what I mean? I really didn't. I did, but I didn't. There was just no winning. What was I going to do? You know, I got meetings this week. I'm going to show up with a loose tooth and a fucking, you know, nobody bleeds like a redhead. You know what I mean? I'm going to look like fucking Ric Flair walking in there. There was nothing I could do. I had to sit there and I think I actually lost the back and forth verbal thing, you know? I'm so fucking shot from being on the road. I just got off a flight. I wanted to go straight home. My girl's like, "I'm hungry. Let's get something to eat," you know? And I made a mental note to be extra nice to my girl just because I've been an asshole lately, you know? Which is probably why I got into the argument to begin with. But there's a fucking reservoir or a lake, whatever the fuck you call it, near where I live. This is how mad I was. After my friend talked me out of not doing what I didn't even want to do to begin with, right? Not to mention he already had another guy with him. I would have lost. I would have fucking lost, right? So I had to go drive to the lake, park my car, and walk around the lake. And the first 90% of the walk around it, I was fantasizing about all the different ways that I was going to murder this guy. I had one where I was body slamming him onto his own fucking car, screaming some shit about hybrids. I haven't been that mad in so fucking long. And it wasn't until the last 10%, you know, I was kind of going like, you know, you really took this walk to try to forget about this shit. So what is wrong with you? You need to calm down. So I started to fucking calm down. And then I saw my car again and reminded me I was driving a hybrid, and it fucking pissed me off again. But dude, there's been one thing if the guy was driving a Corvette. You should have seen this car. It wasn't lime green. It was actually kind of a nice green. Okay, if I can actually extend an olive branch to this fucking cunt. But I mean, it was a 4-door sedan. You know, there was no excuse at his age. You know, he was like in his 20s. There was no fucking excuse for him to be driving that car. Or certainly talking shit, right? And also, hey, you know what I did this week, everybody? I went out and I bought the body issue, the naked issue, the nude issue of ESPN. Why? Because I'm a pervert? Yes. Why? Because I always liked the 49ers but wanted to see their quarterback completely naked on some lava rocks? Absolutely. You got me. I can't remember how many times last year when I was watching a 49ers game. You know, this Colin Kaepernick, I'll tell you, he's entertaining to watch. But you know what would be more entertaining? If somehow he would get down on all fours on some fucking lava rocks like he's going to do a 100-yard dash into the ocean. That's what I would really like. So I got the body issue. And you know what bugged me? This fucking trend, like the fucking tattoos that people have. You know what it is in particular? What is it in particular, Bill? I don't like people who write fucking inspirational shit on their body. Like, you know, and they always have it in a place, you know, they don't always, but for a lot of times they have it in a fucking place where only I can really get a good look at it. So there's no way for me not to take that as like, what do you think, I'm a fucking moron? Like you have life all figured out? That, you know? You got to write this shit on your body? Where the hell is it? Where the hell is this fucking person? There was this fucking golfer. Beautiful woman, right? In like a 1950s kind of way, you know? Little houses, and they're all made out of ticky-tacks.
And we fuck missionary only to have more kids. They have blue eyes, they have brown eyes, and they all say fucking racist shit, but it's the 1950s and nobody knows better. Sorry. That's a water fountain. It's just for us. It's the 1950s. So this woman, that's some of the worst singing I've ever done. Woof, that even sounded bad to me. So there's this fucking lady. Her name is Carly Booth. Gorgeous. Little diesel. She's sitting there on the driving range. Looks like in Manhattan. Driving some golf balls. I'm sure people going by in their fucking yachts. You know, all upset, going, why is that naked woman playing golf and I wasn't invited to that party? I don't have enough money. I thought I knew Bloomberg, too. So anyway, she has written on the side of her body. All right, it's starts at her waist and then goes down to whatever that piece of meat is that's between, it's at the same level as your ass cheek. Your side of your hip, I guess you'd call it, right? Is that what it's called in the medical field? So anyways, this beautiful woman has something. I can't even read the first. It looks like the symbol for pi. I don't know what it is. She has written on the side of her body. It says, whatever is not. Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't read this. Whatever is not the stars to hold our destinies, but in ourselves. Or our destiny. I can't read it. It's too far away. But I just don't know. Why do people do that? Is that for when she's hooking up with some guy, right? And he's banging her doggy style. And he kind of leans over and he looks and then he reads that. And like, what's he supposed to think then? Right? Like, damn. This bitch is deep. They're endless. Guys get them too. You know? Trying to be a little more fair and balanced. In the spirit of Fox News here, where I totally lean one way, but I try to just say I'm fair and balanced. Let's search this right now, shall we? Tattoo sayings. All right, click on there. We got some images here. All right. Oh, look at all these beautiful girls with sentences. It's like not only do you get to enjoy their beauty, they get to help you out with life. Let's see what we got here. Let's view all images. Well, make them bigger, you cunt. All right, this gorgeous woman. She's doing that thing where she puts her thumb in her fucking belt loop and pulls her jeans down a little bit. That's like the classic when you have like the bathing suit edition of Sports Illustrated. You always got to have like, for you future women out there, or male models, I think guys can get away with it too. What you do is you're totally naked. You have little Speedos on and you're not showing enough skin. So then you got to take a thumb. You stick it in the side of it and you pull it down a little bit. And then you have this look on your face like, what? Did something happen? All right. She has on her side, fall down 7 times, stand up 8. It's just, if you're truly a strong person, you know, can't you just, you know, hear that and just like remember it? I am enough the way I am. This woman has this written on her collarbone, and it goes right into the ball and socket joint there, whatever the fuck you call it. The ball joint there and your shoulder. I am enough the way I am. You know, like I see that, all I want to do is just give her a hug, pat her on the head, and just be like, I'm sorry your parents did whatever they did to you. I'm sorry they didn't say the things they needed to say. All right, what does this person have? Now that's written in French, so you know it's pretentious. Infinite. I don't know why you would have that on there. This is my favorite one. This guy has this written on his wrist. Take a chance. They don't come much bigger than this. You know? So whatever the situation is, be it he meets the girl of his dreams or some hooker who doesn't have a condom, he looks down at his wrist and that's what it says, right? I don't know. Is this bombing? I was in heaven, I was in hell. Believe in neither, but fear them as well. Damn. Were you really in heaven and were you in hell? Here on earth, or did you visit another land?
This fucking jerk off. He probably unloads trucks. He had it written on the back of his calf. Right? You're just a fucking asshole. You know, you should have said asshole and then a fucking arrow pointed right up at your fucking asshole. You know? All you pretentious cunts with your fucking song lyrics and crap on your body, can you put them in a place where we don't have to look at, well, I don't have to look at him. I'm not going to speak for everybody. All right? That guy, if I was a dictator, if I was running shit, all right? After I assassinated or imprisoned or pistol whipped every fucking banker I could find, I would then be like, all right, you have two options. You either get that fucking thing removed, all right, or you never wear shorts again. You're allowed to wear your underwears when you walk around your apartment, but that's it. Other than that, go fuck yourself. Look at these fucking people. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Oh, jeez. Wow, I never looked at it that way. Thank God you wrote that on your rib cage. Would you like another fuzzy navel? Oh, my God, this girl's got an entire story written on her back. I just love this passage, and I always wanted to have it written on my back. All right, the shoulder blade tattoo. What has she got here? What does this one say? Oh, there's a lot of women with shit written on their backs in different languages. All right, here's to me, here's to you, and here's to life and laughter. I'll be true as long as you, and not a single moment after. Jesus Christ. What? And it literally looks like she wrote it on her back and had someone else fill it in. Here's to me, here's to... Oh, my God. Love never fails. All right, this guy's gotten written on both forearms. I listen to the bray of my heart. I am. Oh, my God. Dude, these are like... You know, the thing I like about this shit that they write it on their bodies is that's just a great thing to read during a first date. All right, here's one for you. If you meet a girl with a foot tattoo, like, you got to go in another direction, right? There's nothing uglier than a foot tattoo. I don't understand. You know what? I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there. Probably most of you at this point have tattoos, right? You know? At what point are those things going to go out of style? Has this podcast just completely lost momentum? I feel like Lenny Bruce when he fucking just kept reading his court cases. I really got way too into that tattoo. I'm enough with the tattoos. Every fucking athlete that's stupid issue's got some big dumbass piece on their back or their shoulders. And you know what? I got to be honest with you. It all looks the same. Bunch of squibbly squibs, squabbly doos. There's always a fish or a fucking dragon in there. You know? The fuck is wrong with you? Everybody else has one. I want one too. It's one of the greatest things I ever did was I never got a fucking tattoo. Back, you know what's funny? Back when I was just a lad, and you got tattoos. It was the tail end of getting like cartoon characters, like just about 4 inches away from your dick, you know? You get it like, I remember there was a guy who had Yosemite Sam with the two guns and said, back off. And it was just to the right of his package. You know, I knew another guy, he got the fucking Budweiser label. That's what you got, you know? You didn't sit there and have to be like fucking... You know, a stitch in time saves the sorcerer who gets up early and catches the worm. Yeah, bunch of fucking cunts. You know what? Keep getting your tattoos. I like it, you know. It's branding you as someone not worthy of talking to. Can you guys do that for me this weekend? Can you walk around when you see people who have those, and when you just read them, just point at them like you're in that Invasion of the Body Snatcher and just go, oh, shit! Damn! And then fucking walk away. No, don't do that. You know what? Don't even listen to me.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr. It's time for the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, March 28th, 2016. The year of the yak. whatever the fuck it is in the Chinese New Year. I have no idea. Isn't that New Year next month? How does that work with those people? You know, how to I don't get it. I just don't. I don't understand why we're on standard and everybody else is on metric. Can we just pick one fucking calendar, one unit of measurement? You fucking go over to Europe, Jesus Christ. Metric, and then some old guys talk, hey, wait, fucking 20 stone. 20 stone? I mean, I guess we're still saying horsepower. Jesus fucking, well, what size stone? What are you, a fucking Freemason? Is your buddy in the Illuminati? Is that where he's at? Your little secret group? You think you're going to make it? Buying up land on the aquifers? Is that what you're going to do? And then what? Huh? All the robots are going to take everything over, right? You phase everybody out, but except you. And then you guys are going to be good. And then all the robots, for some reason, aren't going to turn. How many fucking movies do you need to watch before you realize that they're eventually going to turn on you? Stuck on you. You made a fucking robot. Now it's choking you off with your dick. And you deserve it. Mighty glad you stayed. There you go. That was a little Illuminati with Lionel Richie. How do you like that? Somebody sent me this fucking video. They go, hey, you might want to watch this thing. And it was basically this person was talking about, was showing how the automobile put the horse out of business, which was so funny to me. Like the horse was upset. Like, oh, fuck. You mean human beings aren't going to ride on my back anymore? God, now what do I got to do? I can't run free on the plains? I guess the horse population dropped off, but like most of them are born into, I guess you really don't see horses running around, do you? Maybe out in Wyoming. See a lot of cows at the Waffle House. I'm sorry. But why would you do a fat joke, Bill, this early in? Come on. You're better than that, Bill. Hang on a second. Come on, Bill. Okay, we didn't do this in what? Can we try to fucking have, like, just a certain standard of comedy? Do you got to go that low? You got to attack the broads and fat people all at the same time that early? Hey, whatever. You got to shoot your way out of a slump. It's my second attempt to get this thing going. This is one of these times I'm recording the podcast, not because I'm feeling it. It's because I have to, because I got shit to do tomorrow. So I got to kind of knock this thing out on Easter. So anyways, somebody shows me this fucking thing. So the guy shows how the car put the horse out of fucking business. And, like I said, like the horse is upset. It's like when you watch those weird commercials where like the Mr. Potato Heads are sneaking off to eat potato chips. There's some sort of weird like undertones of cannibalism going on there, and it's supposed to be adorable. I don't get those commercials on any level. But totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so they were basically showing how computers and everything being automated is going to phase everybody out, and there's going to be this mass unemployment that is coming. Like this is fucking groundbreaking thought. I mean, a dummy like me has been saying this for fucking ever, right? And he just kept going like, oh, so you're in this industry? Well, you're not safe either. You think, you're a computer programmer. Well, guess what? You're not safe either, buddy. Just fucking relax. And like, he just kept coming with that tone. And at some point I was just like, well, you going to fucking shine that light on yourself there? Maybe he does by the end. I couldn't listen to him. What about condescending douchebags who think they know everything narrating over these fucking videos? With your big dude, I called it. Really? Is technology in the future going to get rid of jobs? Yeah, I had no idea. It's only been doing that since the beginning of fucking time. And these fucking people are just forever forecasting that the sky is going to fall. This is the fucking thing. Eventually, the sky will fall. Nobody knows when it's going to happen. Everybody's been trying to predict it ever since that fucking Nostradamus douchebag, all the way down to a moron like me. And the bottom line is none of us know what we're talking about. Oh, the lovely Nia.
I'm busting in on your podcast.
Well, get a microphone and a plug. They're in the closet. So the bottom line is nobody knows when all this shit's going to end. So just fucking go enjoy yourself. I just feel like this whole presidential election, you got one lunatic. It's on the closet at the top shelf. You got one lunatic on the fucking left, another lunatic on the right, and then you got this fucking, I don't know what she is in the middle. She's not really in the middle. She's just more of the same. They should just wheel her into the White House like fucking Hannibal Lecter. One of those fucking masks on. You wouldn't have to watch her awful fucking mouth. You need the plug, too. Oh, I got the plug over here. Let me hit pause so the listeners don't have to fucking listen to this shit. No, I was talking about this fucking video somebody told me to watch where it's just like, this guy's just saying how technology and robots are going to phase everybody out. And he just goes, oh, you're a milkman? You think you're safe? Check out this fucking robot and everything. It's just like, yeah, well, what about condescending douchebags who narrate videos? Like, they probably already have a robot to do that, right? Don't they?
To do what?
I'll tell you this. To just narrate shit. They already have the fucking robot lady in the elevator. Or even that's just a voiceover.
Can somebody please make a poster? It's like a horror film. And what did you say? That weird robot lady in the elevator?
Fucking robot lady in the elevator.
I want somebody to do a poster for a movie with your face looking very concerned. And there's like an elevator.
No, she's depressing. She's in like every fucking elevator, and it's like going up. And then when she says going down, she goes, going down. And she really, like your whole life is going in the shitter. And I can't tell you how many people I've been in the elevator. I go, it's so fucking depressing. They're like, I know, I hate it. It's not just me.
Okay.
It's all of us out there in the Ramadas. So as always, I'm going to talk about another car that I like and that I probably will never buy. I was watching something on that Tesla S, and it's like the self-driving fucking car, and these two computer-looking guys. I'll say that because they both had glasses. So if you have glasses in my world, that means you're smart. In a lot of people's world, it means that, But, I want to be politically correct. Maybe they were both a couple of fuckheads. But anyways, they were in this car, and they put on the self-driving mode, and according to the video, they put blankets over themselves and they took a fucking nap. Now, Tesla said that there's some alarming YouTube videos of people doing shit in their cars that you're not supposed to be doing. But they basically took a nap, and then somebody wrote in one of the comments underneath it, like, would you get arrested if you got shit-faced, put it on self-driving mode, and then sat in the back seat? And you know me. You don't know me. Maybe you think you know me, but I'm always bitching about technology. I actually am coming around to the self-driving car, just provided that you could still drive it if you want to. Because that is pretty fucking cool. Do you realize how fucking out of shape and how bad this is going to be for procrastinators? The fact that they no longer have to drive themselves to work and they're going to be trying to finish their fucking presentation in their car. You've seen people brushing their teeth or just people literally with an eye mask on, just fucking sleeping in their jams. And then they pull up to work, like you set your car alarm and that's like your fucking alarm to wake you up. Like when it stops and is in park, maybe the horn just goes, bap, bap, bap. That'd be too jarring. That'd be too jarring for people of the future, right? They don't want to fucking deal with anything. They just want to lay around, right? So they fucking you lay there in the car, and those fucking creepy self-vibrating fucking seats. When you get too close to something, maybe it does that. You're just laying there, right? And it just sort of shakes you a little bit. And some weird, creepy computer voice. You can pick the voice too, right? God knows celebrities will jump all over that. They do the fucking voiceovers to make a little bit of cash because no one pays for movies anymore. And they're just sick of being in those Mighty Heroes fucking superhero movies, one after another. They're literally out of ideas, huh? I mean, once you have the superheroes fighting each other, they got to be nervous in Hollywood just going where do we go from here? Can we reboot this thing again? Can we reboot the fucking Joker and all that? You know what the funny thing is, though, is people will keep showing up. I guess that makes sense, right? God knows they've had the comic books forever, and people keep reading those. You know what? I'm taking that one back. I'm wrong about that one again. Have I been right yet? Fuck. Bunch of swings and misses. So anyways, that Tesla S has another feature where you can call the car like a fucking dog. Like if it's in a tight parking spot, you can just go, hey, Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. Come here, buddy. Huh? You want to go for a drive? Right? And the thing just slowly backs up. And it comes to you. It's like the fucking Knight Rider car. And like I said, I am usually anti-technology, and but every once in a while something comes along, and I even me, as much as a fucking freckled cunt that I am, I have to sit back and be like, you know what, that's cool. So here's the thing: the car costs like $120,000. So I imagine 90% of the people, not trying to talk down to you. Okay, we'll say 80% of you that listen to this fucking thing, right? Just went like, oh, Jesus, I'll never be able to afford that. Yeah, you will. I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll give you fucking 3 examples: calculators, rollerblades, and flat screen TVs. All of those things, when they came out, they were fucking ridiculously expensive. And then by the end of it, they gave them away with like a free tank of fucking gas. Well, maybe not the fucking flat screens, but you remember, like, we'll go back to when calculators first came out, they were $100 each, something crazy like that. And then they just kept dropping as more and more people bought them. And then they had the solar ones. And the next thing you know, you got a calculator with a fucking free fill up at the gas station. Rollerblades were always over $100, right? And everybody had them. And then they're like, well, what the fuck are we going to do with the rest of them? And next thing you know, they were $30, right? Flat screen TVs, when they first came out, I for some reason remember them to be about 11 grand. When they first came out, and they were about as thick as my fucking head. Let me look this up here. Original price of flat screen TVs. I'm saying 11 grand. Flat screen, falling cost of flat screens. Jesus Christ. I'll never find it. Oh, the price was $14,090, almost 15 grand, $999 for a plasma TV, plasma display TV, yada yada yada. Advantages, disadvantages. Where the fuck was it? History. So we'll go to the 2000s. 2000, a 40-inch TV cost. Oh, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I don't know where the fuck it was. It actually came up, and then I clicked on it, and then the information disappears. Sorry about that. I'm just saying. So I bet that Tesla, that technology will, it's like when airbags first came out. They were on Mercedes. They protected the rich people first. And then once they got all the rich people's money, then they go, all right, you know what? Maybe we'll protect the middle class. And then eventually it gets all the way down to like there's starving kids in Africa that probably have rollerblades. You know what I mean? And like a Chicago Blackhawks 2016 advance to the second round T-shirt, right? They always get those fucking, they get those hats. Like Boston Red Sox 1986 World Series champions. There's always somebody digging for a blood diamond wearing that shit. Buffalo Bills 4 in a row, That's like what a sex slave T-shirt, sex slave wears over in fucking, I don't know, one of those sex slave countries. Are you making light of the human sex trade? No, I'm just talking. I'm making fun of the Buffalo Bills there. I feel for the person that was sold into sex slavery, but I don't feel bad for the Buffalo Bills. You know what I mean? God damn it, that Tesla's a good-looking car from the side. I just hate the front end. It's just weird, because it doesn't need a grill, because it doesn't have a radiator, because it doesn't have an engine to fucking, cool off or whatever. I was going to say, well, it'd be cool if they just put it in there anyways, but then air would get trapped in there. It was actually slow down. Dude, that's the fucking car. That's the car you want. That thing is as fast. It actually beats a fucking Lamborghini. It beats a Ferrari. 0 to 60. It fucking smokes that car. Literally smokes a fucking supercar. Now, when they get up into the higher gears, there's, fucking 70, 80 miles an hour. The Ferrari overtakes it. But who gives a fuck? Gives a fuck 80, 90 miles an hour. I mean, I guess the only reason to want a car going that fast is if you take it to the track. If you fucking drive 100 miles an hour on a regular street, you're a fucking asshole and you're going to kill somebody. So, You know what? God damn it. I think I'm going to get that car. Oh, Jesus, that's a good-looking car. Get it in black, huh? With the red fucking calipers. No, I'm too frugal. Can't blow $120,000. What's the fucking car payment on that? It's a fucking mortgage. You could buy a third of Detroit for the amount of money you're going to pay for a fucking Tesla. That's insane. Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and I'm just checking on you. Just checking in on you. I'm officially out of ways to say that. There's a hole in the wall in this fucking room. These guys fixed the pipes because there was galvanized piping in here, and I never got this hole fixed. Just fucking realized that. That's how fucked up my house is. You know what I realized? I talk about my house so much that there's somebody sitting there going like, eventually he's going to run out of money, probably right when the house is 98% fixed, and I'm going to swoop in and buy it. And he's gone in and redid everything. Speaking of which, I got the epoxy floor put in on my gym. I went downstairs to look at it. I was like, oh boy. Would you look at that floor you can eat off of? Oh boy. And I went in there, boom, 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 boom. Bam. It was bubbles. So they got to add another layer because, you know, my floor is not level. They had all this fucking shit. We got to float the floor. That's going to cost you all this money. Maybe we just fill in the cracks. Another $1,000 out the window. See ya. I don't even care anymore. I just laugh now. When contractors come up to me, what do you want? What do you want? It's like that old Robin Williams story that if you just walked up to him at some point and you said, hey, man, Robin, I'm a comedian. He would just write you a check for $100. Hey, sorry if I riffed on some of your shit. My apologies. This is what I do now when contractors show up. Yeah, I know. Well, how much this time? Can I just go into my pocket or do I need the checkbook? Do I got to write numbers on a piece of paper? It just never ends. It never ends. And meanwhile, as I wait for the gym to be made, I am sitting in the writer's room doing F is for Family, and two things have happened. I'm putting on writer's room weight. My gym isn't fucking made, and, I'm fucking... I feel like I don't know if I'm talking to you guys about my fucking left leg, my hamstrings like tightened up. You know, you ever see the guy run down the first baseline and all of a sudden, hey, he starts fucking hopping? Or that guy in the Celtics in game 1? You know, running up the court and he just fucking collapses. I was like, did I literally pull a hamstring doing stand-up? Because God knows I haven't been working out. And you know what I ended up figuring it out? What it was is it's from sitting down in the fucking writer's room. Like, I guess sitting is not healthy. It's one of the most unhealthy things you can do. I guess your body's not designed the way that we sit. The way that we've made chairs, just plop your ass down, whatever it is, blood flow, I don't know what the fuck it is. So old fucking Billy Buttcheeks here. Now I got a problem with my fucking sciatic nerve on my left side. So I literally had to have my lovely wife buy one of those foam rollers, right? This is how old I am. This is from sitting. All right. And you literally, I looked up some lady on the fucking internet who had I looked up the proper way to do it before I did it because I know that you can fuck your body up. Like people get these things and they just start rolling around on them. And I immediately learned, first thing, you don't want to roll over joints. There's all this shit and there's all this proper form. So I went through about 2 or 3 videos till I got to somebody who all the comments were like, oh my God, your form's perfect and all that. So I was watching this woman. So basically what I do is I sit down on the thing. And then cross my legs, as she says, cowboy style, not ladylike, cowboy style, which is basically like if I was wearing a skirt, my balls would be hanging out, right? Sorry for the visual. You sit like that, and then you sort of put your weight on one side, and I got to tell you, dude, the fucking pain that I was in. It isn't like a. It isn't like a severe pain. It was like if you had an older brother, and you know when he would be fucking with you, and I'd sort of start twisting your arm, you'd be like like that type of a fucking pain. And
I got to tell you, the foam roller is a goddamn game changer. But if I didn't have to go, but the thing is, I kind of work it out and it's fine. Hey, work it out, you know? But then I go and I'm in a writer's room all day, so I keep trying to stand up and that type of shit. And I'm feeling like it's 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but I'm at least moving in the right direction. So I just putting that out there. If you do have any of those types of problems, get one of those. This has been working for me, I should say. I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on TV, but this has been working for me. And if you're young, I would start doing yoga as soon as you can. It's, I'm telling you, I've known this forever, but I just get bored with shit. I'll do yoga and be like, I'm just going to do yoga like every fucking day. And then I just get burned out. And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck yoga. You know? I get mad at yoga rather than myself for being totally fucking obsessed with shit for like 10 days until I just, you know, I did that with Chipotle a long time ago when I lived in New York City. You know, if you ever moved to New York City, which I hope you do, everybody should try to fucking live there. It's great, you know, until you get into your 30s and it's like, oh, am I going to be one of those cat people? I got to get out of here, right? I want some space, you know. But when you live there, you know, you start ordering out. This is how it works. You move there, you're fucking terrified. Like, how the fuck am I going to afford to live here? And you fucking eat spaghetti every fucking night, right? And then you start making a little more money, and every once in a while you take a cab. And you're like, oh, my God, I'm taking a cab. This is fucking amazing. And then you get back to your apartment, and you have all this guilt because you blew all that money, and you could have just spent, you know, whatever the fuck it was back in the day. It was like $1.25 to take the subway. Yeah, I know. That's how old I am. And then you start making a little more money, and then all of a sudden you start ordering out, right? You start ordering out, you start to get to know all the restaurants and all that type of shit. And then once you have the money to order out, what immediately happens is it's just a radius within which that they'll deliver, and you burn out every fucking restaurant around you. And then you're officially a New Yorker. When you're living in Manhattan and you're bitching that there's no good restaurants in your neighborhood. There's no good Italian. You can't get good Italian. I don't understand. Why? I mean, there's so many people here. If the foot traffic alone, why don't they put in an Italian fucking restaurant? And you start flipping out. Like, whatever your favorite food is, you're bitching that it's not there. So whatever. So this Chipotle ends up opening up after I tried every fucking restaurant 15 times in my little fucking 3-block radius. And I went to that fucking thing, like, I swear to God, I went there like, I don't know, maybe 11 days in a month. And I'll never forget how I felt that last time. I felt like I was at the end of like a food eating contest where you were just telling your jaw to keep moving up and down, where the rest of your body was like, "Can we just puke now?" And I don't think I've been there since. Chipotle and Thai food. It was a Thai food restaurant down the street, and I remember I ordered it, and it was delicious, and then it sat in my fridge for 2-3 days, and I said, hey, you know what I think I'm going to eat that 3-day-old Thai food, see how that does. And I got food poisoning, and rather than being the mature person and taking the responsibility on my end, I blamed Thai food. I was like, fuck Thai food. I'm never eating Thai food again. I didn't eat that for like 10 years. And then, eventually we came back. We were able to smooth things over, you know, like Guns N' Roses. You know what I mean? It was the exact same thing, exact same trajectory I had with Thai food. Band members in Guns N' Roses had with Axl Rose, and now they're all back together. And evidently the fucking shows have been great. They played Mexico City the other night, and I would have loved to have gone to that show, had a great time, then get kidnapped. You know, wouldn't that be great? Mexico City scares the shit out of me. Any Mexico people? Mexicans? Real ones. I don't mean the ones here in L.A. I mean the real fucking deal. You're in Mexico. You know what I mean? Like, I'm German-Irish, but I don't live in Deutschland or fucking the Emerald Isle. You know what I mean? I lived in Massachusetts. I went to Friendlies. You know, I'm not a kraut, right? So let me ask you this, because it's right there. It's fucking a quick plane ride away. There's all these beautiful places to go, and then there's all these other fucked up places to go. I don't know where to go. All they show about you guys is the fucking drug cartels peeling people's faces back and all. And I know there's no fucking way all of Mexico, everybody's just walking around peeling off each other's faces. I know there's no fucking way that that's happening. I know it's like here. I bet people outside of this country think everybody walks down the street with a fucking gun on their hip. You know, when they don't have money for a toll, they shoot the guy in the toll booth, and then some stagecoach comes in. I don't know what the fuck they think, right? Or they think we're and we're all 300 pounds and we're on fucking meth, right? We don't know where England is. All that shit, all that snobby European shit where they just think they're so fucking cultured. You know what I mean? With their little ass fucking countries over there. That's driving. Whenever I go over to fucking Europe, I love when they say shit like that. You know, you guys don't know about the fucking world. It's like, neither do you. You don't know what the fuck's going on over in Asia. You know what's going on right in your little fucking area. But your little area, for me, would just be the East Coast. But for you, it's like 15 different fucking countries. Belgium and fucking Luxembourg. I mean, you can walk through those two countries. You can sleepwalk through those two countries from fucking Amsterdam and end up in France and be like, what happened? Oh, shit, I got to go to work. And then jog back. Having said that, I'd love to go to both places. Oh, the big phony covering his fucking tracks. I was going to go to your show in Belgium, but after you talked about how small we were, now I'm not going. Controversy on social media today when one person in Belgium took offense. So anyways, they're redoing the fucking floors again. So I end up getting Bubbles. B is for Bubbles. Remember that? Sesame Street. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. It is for brother who bought you some. And there was that fucking guy with the puberty voice harmonizing. I think he was supposed to sound like a Beach Boy type thing, but it didn't. It was just fucking, it used to make me like angry when I was a kid. See if I can find that for you guys and I'll start playing it. So anyways, as always, I never let myself get too out of shape and I need to drop about 10 pounds. So, old fucking, Freckles here, despite the fact the gym isn't made yet and I got to go to work every day, I'm going to try to lose 2 pounds a week. I'm back up to 180, everybody, and I've been eating well the last couple of days, and always the first couple of days, the fact that if you just eat well, you drop a couple. So I got on the scale yesterday, it said 177, so I must have ate like a fucking tub of shit the night before when I got on at 180, so I'm about 178, so I'm just going to go back down to 168, be right around the time for my birthday. And, 2 pounds, that's easy, right? A couple of push-ups, you know what I mean? I'll go on my stupid foam roller. Oh, my God. You know what? I'm so fucking old, I think I have to bring it to work. How fucking hilarious is that? I'm going to walk in with that thing at work, and I'm going to walk in to a room full of comedy writers. Do you understand the pounding that I'm going to fucking take? I'm going to get that's going to actually fuck up our work for today because they're going to spend the first 2 hours trashing me. And what am I going to do other than fucking take it? That's it. There's nothing I can fucking do. All right, shoot matches. Dear Billy Bangers and MASH, you were talking about shoot matches on this Thursday's podcast. For those of you who didn't listen, a shoot match is a wrestling term where basically, the sports entertainment, it's a fake fight, even though they're really hurting each other. But, it's worked out. It's sports entertainment. So technically it's fake, even though they're really throwing each other and getting hurt. It is fake. What happens in a shoot match is somebody fucking snaps and becomes a real fight and starts beating the shit out of the person for real. So he said, if you're into those shoot matches, you should definitely look up a wrestler named New Jack. The Psycho was known for frequently shooting on other wrestlers for the most minor things. In one case, he thought a tag team was trying to steal his gangster image, so he hit them with chairs full force, stabbed them in the head with forks, etc. And in another match, he basically tries to murder a 60-something-year-old man. Those matches are brutal as fuck, man. You should check them out. I actually saw those. Yeah, that guy has like psychological damages. Psychological damage. I knew a guy like that when I was growing up. He went to fucking cop school. Surprise, surprise. Fucking maniacs who like to be violent. Like they always end up somehow being bouncers and cops. I'm not saying they're all like that. I'm just saying it's like, people that want to fuck kids, they're all about volunteering to take them out into the woods. Not saying every Cub Scout master is one of them. I'm just saying, people who want to beat the fuck out of people and don't want to go to jail get jobs where they have the authority to beat the fuck out of somebody. So this fucking lunatic. So he comes back from like his weekend at cop school, and I don't know what he did. He never got accepted. They just were like tryout thing. I don't know. I can't even remember. It was so fucking long ago. So he wants to show me this move that he learned, and he was doing it in slow motion. And then I remember he just fucking looked up at the ceiling. You know, do you remember how like that dude in Full Metal Jacket when he's like, I am in a world of shit, Private Joker, you know, that thing, right? He fucking looked up like that and just fucking full force did the move, and I heard my fucking wrist snap, and I forget how many times I punched him in the side of the head. I was so fucking mad at him, and I was really just mad at myself because I knew that he was one of those guys, like he just fucking like he was one of the exact type of personality that you do not teach that type of shit to, because just he was a dope. He never felt like he had power in life, and then he had this new move, and he just couldn't handle it. It was like, you know, the whole thing when they always talk like a baby poisonous snake is worse than getting bit by an adult baby snake, because the adult baby snake sort of rations out the poison, where the baby just gives you fucking both barrels. That's what the fuck he did. He had the mentality of a fucking baby reptile is what I'm saying. And he fucking jacked up my goddamn wrist. And, hey, and you know what? It became a fucking shoot match. He was supposed to just show it to me. And I just fucking drilled him in the side of the head like fucking 6 times. As hard as I fucking could. I was so fucking mad at him. And I remember we were both drunk. That fucking idiot. God bless him. Anyways, moving ahead here. That was a Throwback Thursday story.